Hi everybody, we are Mayra Corredor and I am Julie Ladino. Our research proposal is Fleet Classroom and English as Foreign Language. Okay.
In recent years, the flipped classroom has become increasingly popular in higher education. It involves assigning students to work through the basic content of a course on their own time, often by watching a recorded lecture or completing guide reading instead of listening to a traditional in-person lecture, and frees up class time for group problem solving, assignments, demonstration, experiments, question and answers, and other engaging experience. This is from Saita, Morrison, Waldrop, and Bowdoin of 2016.
Okay. The problem is what is the impact using Fleet Classroom in English as a foreign language for students in higher education institution. Okay, everybody. How we know the flipped classroom is when students are instructed outside of the classroom and then they must complete enrichment activities inside the classroom. It means that the students outside of the classroom have to certain activities that are assigned for them, like read materials, do activities in a virtual program, watch videos, listen audios, prepare concept or new words of lessons. That's why inside of the classroom, the lessons are more collaborative. Learners have to participate in cooperative way. It means work in pairs, participate in discussions. Here, the goal is improve the communicative skills.
Okay. On the other hand, in flipped classroom, teacher can do this session of class by different ways. Not always they must to follow the same structure. It helps to strengthen the skills of the students. In higher education, the teachers have begun to graduate their contents and distribution inside and outside of classroom to improve communicative skills of the students.
Okay, the flipped classroom is a pedagogical model where traditional lecture and homework elements of a course are reserved. It inverts traditional teaching method and delivers instruction outside of the class and move homework into the classroom. It is from Dufu 1, 2014.
In the flipped classroom model, the role of the teacher has changed from a provider of knowledge to a guide, facilitator, and organizer. This is from Basal 2015.
Okay, now we are going to talk about the primary research question. What is the impact using flipped classroom in English as a foreign language for students in higher education institutions? And the secondary research question is how is the impact of flipped classroom in English as a foreign language for students in higher education institutions?
Okay, our general objective is identify where is the impact using flipped classroom in English as a foreign language for students in higher education institutions. And the specific objective is determine what impact have the flipped classroom in English as a foreign language for students in higher education institutions.
Okay. The this is took for their educational practice. Okay. Zainuddin and Hailey 2016 completely different international studies with universitarios observing benefits in motivation, involvement, participation, and interaction. In Spain, in a recent research at the University of Extremadura, the learning of scientific content in a student of the degree of primary education from the flipped classroom model compared to a more traditional model. The results were significantly higher in favor of the first, which impacts not only on conceptual learning but also in the perception and attitude towards the science of the future teacher of this stage. This is from Gonzalez, John, Cañada, and Gallego, 2017.
Okay, the theory that we took is educators and instructors have to embrace three considerable ideas tied to the flipped classroom. First, prior knowledge is required to scaffold deeper learning. Second, students learn best when they are engaged in what they are learning. Third, the flipped classroom enable a sustained learning path that continues even after the class ends. This is from Shell and Masur 2015. Successful flipped learning environments consist of a number of components. The first component is collaboration because it is difficult to incorporate flipped learning alone. Although the flipped classroom may appear disorganized, loud, or even messy, but the collaboration taking place in the flipped classroom helps in students' learning.
Okay, that's all. Thank you very much for your attention.